Well, when I first seen the property, I was taken in by the beauty of the place, the tranquility, the beautiful trees, just the naturalness of the area. To me, it was just beautiful, and it was just I knew that I wanted to live here. And then, a couple of days after signing the contract, we were informed by the previous owners that Guns had planned to clear fell the forest around the property. So within, that's probably a month of us moving in, they clear felled directly around the property. So all the trees, all the forest that was right up to the boundary of the whole property were all clear felled. So it was just devastation, noise, dust, lots of heavy machinery, log trucks, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning loading up logs, not very far from where we slept, our bedroom.
And after they'd clear felled, they then decided to spray all the areas that they'd clear felled around the property. Without knowing that they were going to do it, we were at the other end of the property collecting firewood when a helicopter appeared from nowhere and was spraying behind a block of trees that were on our property. And it was out of sight, we didn't see it until we started to get all the drift from the spray. It was choking us, it was burning our eyes, burning our throats. Michelle straight away jumped straight into the car to protect herself, and I wanted to save the 2 dogs, so I was running around trying to get the dogs into the car, which is no easy feat, so I got the brunt of it. So by the time we got back to the house, I could hardly breathe. I was gasping for breath. My eyes were just burning. My throat was burning. Went straight in and had a shower and tried to flush my eyes and nose and mouth and that out.
The effects of pesticides in mixtures, as I've said, can cause untold damage. Cancers in the future, autoimmune diseases, allergies, problems with children, neurobehavioural changes such as autism, neurodegenerative diseases such as Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. I mean, the list just goes on and on. But because there are not body bags at the end of the drinking water intake system, and because it's very difficult to attribute directly a poisoning event to a death or an acute illness, then no one wants to take responsibility.
Well, they sprayed directly over the bore. They contaminated our bore water, and that was the only water available to us on this property. It's fed from a spring which is about 60 feet down, and we pump it to a header tank. We had the Pee-wee come out here and they done water tests from that and found that there was about 6 or 7 parts per billion of atrazine in our drinking water. So we'd been drinking this water for about 4 or 5 weeks, or up to 6 weeks I think it was, before we actually realised that the water had been contaminated.
Because there are no markers in the spray, and there is no independent monitoring of the spray events, and there's no performance monitoring of the spray events, if contamination is being found to have occurred, then nobody actually knows who caused it.
Chemicals are a big problem in the streams in Tassie. They're found regularly in town water supplies. Like 2 years ago, Orford's water supply had simazine twice detected in it. The Georges River flowing into St Helens has had MCPA and simazine. The Rubicon River simazine was found at the tidal zone, 10 kilometres away from the forest coop, where it was sprayed on in compliance supposedly with all the regulations.
Most of the catchments in Tasmania are exposed to pulses of toxic mixtures of pesticides in an unregulated fashion, in that the departments which regulate for pesticides and also regulate for control of water quality and quantity are the same department.
So we both are still suffering the effects of that. We're both very lethargic, terrible memory short-term memory has almost gone. Can't remember people's names. I can't remember what I was doing 10 minutes ago. It's just, no, I wasn't like that before. I was a sales rep in Adelaide and had a pretty keen mind and could remember people's names all the time. And since that spraying incident, I'm just a totally different person. I think both physically and mentally it's really knocked me around.
Almost every single person in Ringarooma has come to a public meeting absolutely appalled at what's happening to their water supply, which only yesterday and this morning, I believe, has been sprayed with toxic chemicals that these people don't want to have in their drinking water. And they're seeking me to take to Parliament and to grow a movement basically to prevent the contamination of drinking water supplies throughout Tasmania. So they've actually called by resolution for a complete moratorium on the aerial spraying of any forestry operations in the Ringarooma area until such time as a proper independent study can show that these things are not causing deleterious health effects to this community.
Well, the plantation that they sprayed is about half to 3/4 of a kilometre from our actual reservoir, and the creek actually runs through the plantation. The main concerns I've got in regard to spraying is that sprays and toxins are causing all our health problems, and I myself have got cancer.
Their beautiful, fresh, clean Tasmanian drinking water that they've taken for granted for generations is now under threat as a result of the Labor government's obsession with providing concessions to woodchip companies that enable them to ride roughshod over communities and ultimately destroy the life forces that support them.